Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've not been here before, my name's Rebecca and I'm a no-dig organic gardener in Central Virginia. And today I'm actually going to use one of my favorite treatments for my tomatoes, and that is hydrogen peroxide spray. This is not something I invented. There's some research on this just for tomatoes though, for nothing else. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with about 4 ounces of hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water. I'm going to put that in my sprayer, and I'm just going to spray my plants down really well. Now what this does is just kind of gives them a little cleanse, and it helps them ward off whatever may be coming in, any viruses or fungi or anything like that. I have found that doing this about every 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks, is a pretty effective treatment. It's super humid here in Virginia, not as bad as folks down further south, I know, but it's humid, and humidity can kind of wreak havoc on things. Today is going to be a pretty warm day, so I'm up pretty early out in the garden, which is why I'm in the shade right now. I'm out early doing this. I would generally do this early in the morning or later as the sun is about to set, or right before sundown for best results. Word to the wise, don't forget to put the top back on the peroxide. You really want to make sure that you get your entire plant, top and bottom, stems and all. This doesn't hurt the blossoms. Now, as good experts, I'm not an expert, but it's really important to test spray, make sure it's going to work okay. Again, this is only really good for tomatoes, from what I understand. This is my Mountaineer's Pride tomato, kind of going everywhere. Pick that bolting basil while you're at it, and take off any leaves that are looking puny or yellow. This is just a beat up plant. This is my little sweetie tomato. Now my tomatoes have already been sprayed with my aspirin spray. I did that, and I did a video on that about 10 days, couple of weeks ago. I'm coming back through with the peroxide spray. I probably will not do the aspirin spray again this season, maybe mid-season, but I will continue to do the peroxide spray. The next thing I'm going to spray is my sauce patch. When I'm doing this, I make sure that I shake fairly often, and I'm going to make sure that I spray all the plants. I get them from different angles, and I make sure that I'm getting underneath. This is also a good time to check for things like hornworms, and weeds. I got a weed. You want to get the tops and the bottoms, the stems, around the base. Get everything. I do have fruit setting on these already, which is nice. Yeah, hornworms are bad news. And they unfortunately turn into beautiful moths. They're tobacco hornworms, tomato hornworms, but all of them do a lot of damage on plants. So what you want to do is you want to start checking about this time of year is when they show up in my area. So I check every single day. I come out at night with a black light because it's easier to find them. But in the morning, I always check my plants as well, because you'll notice the damage, and usually in the morning they hide under the leaves and they camouflage really well. So I just check pretty vigilantly, and there's usually more than one on a plant. Ooh, look, a lanternfly. Ugh, get out of my garden, lanternfly. Don't want you. The lanternflies have invaded, and they're a horrible new pest, very destructive to trees particularly. But I also get in your garden. They're little vampires. They'll suck the juice out of all of your plants. I usually come up the row and then down the row, so I'm making sure to get every plant from every angle. It's easier this time because the plants are not as huge as they're going to get. Well, that task is done. It didn't take too long, and to do all my tomatoes, it took 2 batches of the peroxide mix. So I hope your garden is growing well, and I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.